What's up, everybody? Today I am going to put together my Intellitronix gauge cluster for my 1979 Bronco. It's going to be put all behind this. Got to put it all together. Now, when I originally ordered it, I thought that it was going to come basically as one of these with the gauge already behind it, and just something I could plug and play, kind of, or solder and play, and just kind of bolt it in. But not the case. They send you the motherboard. This is the smoked acrylic plate that goes over the top of the motherboard, kind of goes behind this so you don't see the green and all that stuff when the lights are, when you can actually see in there. They send you a couple sensors because you're going to update your I believe it's your coolant and your oil pressure and your speed sensor. They actually forgot to send me my I think it's my temp sensor, but I'll have to order. I'll just have to give them a call and tell them. They also send you, or actually no, they don't send you this. This is actually off my this. So anyway, what you got to do is you have to completely disassemble your original bezel. There's all parts of everything. So I got the old school motherboard, all the old gauges and such. Don't throw any of that away. A lot of the bolts you're going to need. They also send a hardware kit, which is in this. Now, they send you with these. There's also, I'm assuming, there was supposed to be little nuts that go with all these screws and stuff. They didn't send those. So that is something that I'm going to have to figure out. Also, the instructions are not the greatest. It's kind of something you just gotta figure out on your own, really. Yeah, so here's kind of the, you kind of see what I'm gonna be working with, or maybe not, because it may have been all backwards. Yeah, not the greatest thing. Or instruction wise. So I am going to try to put this thing together the best that I can, and maybe if you do this might give you some pointers. Sorry, it's my first time doing this. I'm kind of going by the seat of my pants too, and I looked for installation videos or videos on how to put it all together. Haven't seen a damn thing, so maybe I'm not looking hard enough. I don't know. So anyway, here we go. I'm gonna give it a shot, see what happens. Now that you've got all the film off of it, that is what you're left with. Careful not to touch it, because this stuff attracts dust and fingerprints really easy. So now, basically just put this to the back of that, and then set it down on there. Now they gave you these little spacers to use to space it away from the motherboard, and they gave you these screws. Like I said, they didn't give me any hardware, so I have a ton of RC stuff hanging around and little screws, so I'll just be able to make it work with what I got. So I only have 2 screws in it right now, but it's enough you can kind of get the gist of how it's supposed to sit. So you put all of them in there. I think it's looks like 8 screws. Put all 8 screws in there, and then that's it for putting on your back end plate. Or your front. Here it is, all bolted up. I had to touch it. Got dirty. I'll have to clean it before I fully install it. So this is kind of what it's going to look like in there. See? That's what the acrylic does. I don't even think, yeah, see, if you put light behind it, you can see all the gauges back there. I'm gonna try to put power to this thing sitting here. I have a couple RC batteries sitting around that'll work. But I'm just not sure what it'll look like. But anyway, so there it is. Now you just have to bolt it. Move these right here, from what I can tell, right there. And then there's 2 spots up here you can do it, or 3 spots. 1, 2, and 3. I'm not sure at the bottom. Anyway, we'll have to figure that out. I'll do that right now and show you guys the finished product. So one thing to note when you're putting this together, you can see I broke off a little piece right there. I'll have to smooth that out. But when you're putting it all, oh boy, it's hard to see. It sits flush. When you had it before, I don't know, you can't see in there now. Hard to see. So where that cut is right there, it was actually hitting inside there, that little that thing right there. So it's creating a little space. So you have to might have to trim a few things to get it to fit right. So far, after I trim that, it fits nice and flush. Now the screws that you use to bolt it to the original bezel are the screws that you pulled off the back, which I think are what held this piece on to the back of it. So you just reuse those. You're gonna have to reuse about 4 of them. And then when you make sure when you take your dash apart, you save the little clips that hold on the plastic piece. Those you'll put it back on there. All right, so there it is, bolted to the back. Like I said, I only used the 3 up top and then 1 in the middle because the other 2 holes right there, you don't have anything to bolt them to. So now I'm gonna put the finishing touch on there. Now see, mine is a little scratched up, you know, from over the years. And you could maybe order a brand new one if you wanted all that. I am impatient. I don't want to wait. And it's not really not that easy or not that hard to take out and replace if it really bugs me that bad. So anyway, you set that thing back on, notch towards the top. Just like that. And then you take these little clips and you just pop them right back through the hole. That 3 on top, 3 on bottom. There you go. It's on. Now let's see if I can put some power to it. Maybe we can see some light. I got the red, matches the truck. So let's see. What's nice is on the back of it, right here, all the wires are labeled. So I'm doing a full American Auto Wire update harness in my 79 Bronco. And so this all matches pretty much exact to what the harness is. And all I have to really do is solder it all in there and you're good to go. So that should be pretty easy to do. But let's see if we can get some power to it. All right, so I'm just using the 12 volt in the ground. Let's see if I can get this thing propped up here. I want you guys to be able to see that. Let me drop it. There we go. Get a little lower there. All right. So, see what it all... Hold on. Let me turn the lights off. There we go. Now we can see what it's going to look like. Hey, there it is. Look at that. It actually looks pretty good. I like it. Well, I'm happy. Well, there it is. That is how you install the Intellitronix digital gauge cluster. These fit anywhere from a 73 to a 79 Ford truck or 78, 79 Ford Bronco. But it's going in my 79 Ford Bronco. They also have kits for everything else, Dodge, Chevy, whatnot, from what I saw on their website. There it is again. Pretty easy, I guess. Just, you know, pay attention to what they give you. Like I said, the instructions are not that great. Other than that, I'm really happy with it. I think it'll look great inside the truck. I cannot wait to get it all wired up. I'm going to have a full video done at some point in time of me doing the entire wiring harness in the Bronco. This is going to be in it. I'm also doing a Holley EFI system that I'm going to put inside the Bronco too. I'm trying to get everything filmed and updated. It's taking me a long time. I work long hours, don't have a whole lot of time off, so I'm trying to do it as much as I possibly can. Plus, I'm working on the wheelies, trying to build that thing. That's also going to have a video coming up. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped you out. If it did, like, share, follow. Anyway, have a good one.